only going to start off by saying welcome to everybody here today, and I'm going to hand over straight away to Uncle Laddie Timbury to do a welcome to country. Thank you.
My name's Laddie Timbury, and I don't know whether you know, but I was born on the mission at Larkaroos in 41, the first Aboriginal mission on this earth, and all our people from Sydney to Eden, all along the coast. Darwin language from Sydney to the Sheean River, and from Kiama to the Victorian Border Yuin Nation. So I'm not going to say much because I get a bit nervous with this thing, but if I got this in the shop trying to sell it as a boomerang, I can talk, don't worry. so I'm just going to welcome the company, and then in our language, so Darwin and welcome to all you lovely people. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me hand over to Randall to continue the event. Thank you.
Thanks guys for coming down today. It's really great to see everybody's faces. Makes it worth doing paintings. Is it better if I don't use the microphone?
No, use it. No. Use it. Use it.
My headmaster's just told, my ex-headmaster's just told me to use it. He's deaf. so as the me standing behind him, but my dad. I'm not going to talk for very long because it's probably a bit boring, but yeah, 20 years ago there was a little foyer out the front, and I asked if I could have an exhibition, and I did. And I promised myself I'd do it for 20 years, so it's pretty good to be standing here. I nearly got everything organised. No names or prices on any of the sculptures, that's the only problem, but come and talk to me if you like one or something. But yeah, all the other paintings have got names. Most of the people that I have portrayed, with the exception of my grandfather, and Arthur Boyd and Charles Blackman, everybody's here, so that's good. So I'm hoping nothing goes wrong, and it's all a good show. There's plenty of wine and beer. I'm going to come on a little bit later to do a few thank yous, but I asked Scott Sheean to open the show, but then there's a couple of other good friends that have been a big part of this sort of 20 years. This isn't a retrospective, by the way, it's just my 20th exhibition, and I told myself I could give up after that, but as you can see, I'm working on a painting with Laddie Timbury, and that's going to take me into 2013 because I haven't finished it, so I will keep on doing it. And somebody told me I was going to die. A man in India held my hand and felt it and looked at my eyes and everything. He said, I'm going to die at 82. So I figured I'm 42 now, I've had 20 years of things. If I did it twice more, I could die at my last exhibition. So, good way to go. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to two very good friends that are going to say something fairly quickly.
Welcome friends. Most of you who are here would know me as somebody who works in the background at these types of things. So it was my absolute shock yesterday when I arrived and their paintings were hung and most of them actually had names on them. This is an extreme honour and a challenge for me. I do this every day in front of groups of students, and in my whole life I never thought I'd be asked to be part of opening an art exhibition. We've gathered to honour and celebrate an adventurer, a collector. Anybody that's been to the shed will know that. Professional partier, patience tester, Tolerance coach, colourful character, as I hear on the radio every day as I go to work, teacher, friend, and most importantly, artist. Randall and I met in interesting circumstances. We were thrown together in a large dormitory at a boarding school. We'd both come from very different lifestyles. Myself from an athlete's lifestyle, very ignorant of the world of the arts and very opinionated on what I considered was art. And some of this here wouldn't have qualified. I remember being in the Musée d'Orsay, and I apologise for my lack of knowledge of the painting. But there's a painting in the Musée d'Orsay, and all it is on a large canvas, and I'm sorry to the young children around, is just a very large vagina. And I had a cheeky grin when I saw it, and I thought I might do a Randall Sinnamon here, and I'm going to sit back and watch people as they come around the corner and they're faced with this painting. And I had an absolute ball for about an hour and a half, watching people of all ages come around the corner and be confronted with this painting. The other time I was in Hungary and I'd been to a surrealist show, and I'd been trying a lot while I was overseas to try and understand surrealist art, and it led to a phone call to Randall. I said to Randall, when I get home, I want you to explain to me surrealist art. I don't get it. And he said to me very succinctly, I think that's the point. And all of a sudden I got it.
I've known Randall for the last 19 years, one short of his first show here at the Denman 20 years ago. He showed up at my birthday party in 1993 with flowing dreadlocks and his colourful personality. His studio was an old double-decker bus full of art, works of an assortment of items of interest. The artist picnic Randall held over the years drew a large crowd of talented people involving in arts, poetry and music. We've had several shows together in the past at the Berry Bazaar and Sea Change events at our studio. Constantly creating and developing his multi-talented skills, Randall and myself have painted together down south and our beloved Caribbean Creek. By the way, cinnamon means artist in Indonesia. Did you notice the elephant in the room? It's a development. A developer. Thank you.
Well, Randall asked me to help him out and officially open his exhibition. So briefly, I met Randall in 1989, I think we tried to work it out. And he's a fellow Wollomaian, and he turned up on our doorstep back then. I first met him. He was coming to buy some geese, and he turned up in a little white car, and he was very flamboyant, and hair was long and very creative. And ever since then, I've followed him around. So basically, I've followed some of his adventures and taken photos and videos of his exhibitions and some of the things he's been up to, and we've documented some of those things. So in the cinema room, there is a couple of movies, and some of the movies are of the elephant. And there was one early morning in the shed on a long weekend. A bright spark thought, let's go down the main street of Huskisson. Let's walk the elephant down the main street. So lucky I wasn't in the elephant. I was just there to film it and take photos, and we didn't think much of it along the way. And then throughout the morning, the elephant walked up and down the street, in and out of cafes, and then we started getting reports from the police. So people ringing up saying there's an elephant cruising around the streets of Huskisson. And then we finally set it up on the roundabout, and we sat inside the pub, and we thought this is great. We just sat there and having beers and watching people go past and double taking the elephant and thinking it was real. And then from there, the elephants travelled to Bundanon and up to some festivals in Sydney. So it's well documented along the way. So, and I'm sure everyone has different stories to tell, how they met Randall and how they've been part of their exhibitions, and how he portrays himself as a good character and very creative. And you can see by his artworks too, they're all part of nature, and they're giving back to not only the community, but they have a message involved as well, and we're all passionate about where we live in Jervis Bay. So just like to thank Randall for having a great exhibition, and everyone enjoy it.
Well, thanks. Some pretty nice, kind words from two good friends of mine. Oh, not again. Everybody wants to be part of this. Ignore that. Hard to ignore an elephant in the room. But yes, just in thanking Rod West for putting up with me for 6 years at boarding school, he was also very much an encouragement for the arts within the school. And it was with his recommendation, I assume, that I was awarded a scholarship in Year 12, which enabled my father not to pay the school fees for a year, which was very, very nice. And that was all because of art. And Dad then bought me a box of oil plates. So thanks for that.
Whoa!